friends, now let us see how to do an inline load in ClickView. So I'll open a ClickView application, new application, and I'll close it, and let me save the empty application in a name. So I'll save it as a inline load application and click on save. Okay, so now I'll go to the script editor. So what does inline load do? So there is a data, earlier we have seen the data is stored in different Excel file or different data sources, but here that there is no data in different data sources. So here we have directly will input our data to ClickView. So how to do that? Let us create a new tab before that, and we can give a tab name. So let's say I'll give the tab name as inline load tab. Okay, and I'll click on OK. So here I'll go to the insert menu, and from insert I'll go to the load statement, and from here I'll click on load inline. So once I click on load inline, I'll see this window which is just like a Excel file. So F1 is the field 1, then F2, then F3, all these are field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4. So these are the name of our fields. So if I double click on F1, I can rename the F1. So let's say I'll give name, and then again I'll click on F2. This once I double click, I can rename it to location, and then I can give another F3. I can click here, contact number, and if I come to the first row, here I can enter name of a person, let's say Ramesh, then location I can keep Hyderabad, and then contact number something, and I can go to the second row, then I can keep here Susan, then Chennai, and I can give some contact number. So this way we can directly insert the data or manually to ClickView, and I'll click on OK. So the script is automatically generated, load star inline, then open bracket and close bracket, and between that it stored the name field, location field, contact field, and there is commas between them, and then the second row it stored the first name, then Hyderabad, location, and then contact number. Then below that data I store another data, Susan, Chennai, and their contact number, and we can go before the load, we can keep a table name as employee data, let's say employee data, and one column. So it stores the data in our employee data. So this is called as inline load. So where we do not have any data sources available, we can directly insert our manual data to ClickView itself. So if I reload it and the same fields are available now, I can close it, and then I can see the table here, it stores the data, and if I see the preview, it stores the same data, Ramesh, Susan, Hyderabad, Chennai, and their contact number. So this can be useful when there will be no data sources available for ClickView and small tables you have to insert manually. So that time it is useful. As we have done some inline load, so let us do multiple inline load of multiple table, and we'll see how to concatenate the table and what are the procedures and how the features of concatenations are there in ClickView. So there are two types of concatenation available in ClickView. One is automatic concatenation, which we say auto concatenation, and other one is forced concatenation. So what does the meaning of concatenation? So concatenation means if you are loading two different tables, so the table 2, the data of the table 2 will be concatenated to data of table 1. That means the whatever the rows or the columns are there in the table 2, it will be appended to the data of table 1. So I have opened my ClickView application, so I'll create one new application, and I'll save the application, and I'll give the name as concatenation topic, concatenate, and I'll save it. So now I'll go to my edit script window, and I'll insert some tab.
first of all let's insert some tab. I'll give the name as data and click OK. Then from here I'll insert and load statement and load inline. And here let's say we have some employee data. So employee permanent data, let's say is employee, and then the employee we'll keep this one as employee ID, and then name, and then designation, and we'll enter some data, some dummy data as 101 employee ID, then 102, then we can keep 103, 104, 105, 106. Let's say we have 6 employee data here, and employee name, let's say Mukesh, then Kalyan, and Hari, and Sita, then Ram, and then Subhat, let's say, and their designation. So let's say Mukesh is a director, and Kalyan is a senior director, and he is a manager, and he is a team leader, he is an analyst, and he is a manager, and we'll OK, and it saved our data in the script generated automatically. And we will give a name as employee data 1, let's say. So we'll save it. So now if I am going to load it, so it will load one table where employee data at one table where these 3 columns will be there, 3 fields, and these many records, 6 records will be there. For example, I have another data set also. I'm going to another inline load. So I'll go and I'll load inline again, and let's say we have the same fields are there but different persons. So let's say again I have employee ID, I have name, and I have designation. Okay, and here let's say we have 107, 108, 109, and 110. And here let's say the name is A, B, C, D, and designation, let's say some dummy data, any data. Let's say designation as, let's say research associate, or JRA, junior research associate, or senior research associate, some dummy data we can give. So once we click on OK, so this is one table, first table we have loaded from another table. Let's say this is one came from one Excel file, this is coming from another Excel file. So here the table name again will give employee data 2, and so we are loading 2 tables here. One is employee data 1 where we have 6 employee records, and employee data 2 where we have 4 records. So if we generally load 2 different tables, then there should be 2 different tables in our database. Let's say save and reload, and I'll click on OK. I'll go to table viewer. So now we see there is only one table, that is employee data 1, which we loaded in the first. And if we go to the preview, we see all the data has been from employee data 1 for 6 records. It is also there, and also the second table data 4 records 107 to 110, that has been also appended here. So click view, what it does. So whenever there is, if I go to the script again, we can explain it more better way. So whenever the field names are same in both the 2 tables, employee data 1 and employee data 2 are 2 tables here, and all the field name, employee ID, name, designation, whatever the field names are available in the first table, the same data is there in the second table. So click view compares the 2 table fields, and it says like if these 2 table fields are same, then it is unnecessary to keep 2 different tables in our database. So what it does, it will append the second table data automatically to the first table. So you have to remember one thing here. So the field name is very case sensitive in ClickView. So if they are in different cases, For example, employee ID is in uppercase here and employee ID is in lowercase here, so it will not auto concatenate automatically. So if exactly the field names are matching with first table and second table, then it will automatically concatenate the second table data to the first table. That is why we got instead of two different table, we just got one table with all the data inside it. And the first table name which will give, that only will be stored automatically. So this is called auto concatenation. Now friends, let's see what is the forced concatenation. So for that, let me do one more thing. So I'll go to another inline load, I'll delete the second table and we'll again create another inline load. Let's say I'll go to insert and load statement and load inline. So I'll keep here employee ID and here name and here designation, and let's say here we have manager name. Okay, so here we will see 107, 108, 109 and 110 and name is A, B, C, D, and let's say their designation as RA, JRA, SRA or SRA, and then their manager name is, let's say for A manager is S, then B manager T, then C manager is U, and D manager is V. That's it. And I'll just click on OK. We'll load it and we'll say this one. So one is our employee data 1 table. Let's say we'll keep this one also employee data 2, and I'll just make it 2 and I'll save it and load it. So friends, now if we go to see the table here now, so we have 3 different tables, but instead actually if I go to source table view, I'll see only 2 different tables are available. So what is this 2 tables? So employee data 1 we loaded, it has 3 columns only, but employee data 2 has 4 columns. That is why ClickView has not automatically concatenated the second table data to the first table, because here only 3 columns are there and here 4 columns are there. ClickView will do automatic concatenation when only exactly what are the fields are there in first table is exactly matching with the second table. So in this case, if we want to append the data, we can do one thing. So that is called as forced concatenation. So we'll go to the edit script again. So what we'll do, we'll put one function here, concatenate, and then we'll put a open bracket, close bracket, and between that we'll first put some table name. So that is our first table name, and then we'll save it and we'll reload it. And now if I go to the table viewer, I have only one table data and that contains everything. So it contains the first table data up to 106 and also it contains 107, 8, 9 and 10. And here the manager name also added, but it is not there in the first table, that's why it is blank. But for second table the manager names are there and all the data came as it is. So here we forcefully concatenate the second table data to first table. That is called as forced concatenation. So this is the way how do we concatenate one table to other table. So instead of keeping multiple tables in our database, we can store the same data in very few number of tables. So friends, in this tutorial we will see what are the different types of joins are available, and also what are the different types of keep are available, and what is the difference between the join and the keep function in ClickView. So I have opened my ClickView application. Let me do some inline load. I'll just create a new application, I'll close it out, then I'll click on save it, and I'll give a name as join and keep tutorial or anything you can keep or any name, and click on save. So once it is saved, let me go to the edit script and I'll do some 2 different tables as inline load. Let me create a new tab here and I'll give the name of the tab is as data. Okay, so here let me select table 1, I'll go insert load statement, load inline to create a new inline load. Okay, so in the first name, field name, I'll give employee ID, and here we'll take employee name, and here let me take the contact number, and here let me take some location. So the employee ID, let's say 101, then below 102, then 103, 104, 105, 106. And if I take the name, let's say A, B, C, D, E, F, and let's say there's some dummy contact number they have. Okay, any number just for our test or learning. And location, let's say Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, then Delhi, then Kolkata, then Delhi, and I'll save this. So this table has been loaded. So I'll give the name of the table as table 1, and I'll create another inline load for table 2. So I'll give the same name here, employee ID. These two tables will be linked via employee ID. So here in the first table 1, we kept the employee ID and their name and the permanent details like contact number and location. Let us store here in the second table the employee ID wise the manager and official details. So what is their designation? First let me save that designation, and then we'll give manager, who is the manager and what is their salary and the employee salary. Okay, so here let's say I'll give 101, then 102, 103, but let me show that we do not have that information regarding 104 to 106 employee ID. So let me put some other person here, 107, 108, 109 and 110, and let me keep some designation as director, then senior director, then manager, then senior manager, and then some analyst, and then some business developer, and some team leaders. So he's a team leader. So who is their manager? So for A, let's say some name as let me take X, Y, Z, you can keep saying manager. Okay, and their salary. So here in the salary I can keep some number as maybe 20 lakh, and senior director maybe 30 lakhs, manager maybe 15 lakhs, senior manager maybe 18 lakhs, analyst maybe 10 lakhs, and BD maybe some 12 lakhs, and team leader maybe 30 lakhs. Okay, so these are different two tables, and it will be table 2, let's say. So if I am simply saving and reloading, so there will be one common field as employee ID, which is the key field between these two tables. And if we go to the table here, we will see, so table 1 we'll keep it in left side, and this is our table 2. If we go to the preview, we'll get the same data, employee ID, employee name, contact and location for table 1, and table 2 will get the same details, official details, employee ID, their designation, their salary, and who we are, their manager. So now let's say our requirement is to keep to join both the tables into a single table, so that instead of storing two different tables in our database, we'll see how to load in a single table. So we can do simple join. So if you keep a join word, this is a function to join the two tables into one table. Now let's save and reload it. So now if I go to table viewer, we'll see only single table. So all the fields, employee ID, employee name, contact, location from the first table, and designation manager salary with the employee ID as common from the second table it came. So if I go to the preview, I'll see all the details in the single table as employee ID from 101 to 106. They have all the data from the table 1. The table 1 columns are till employee ID, employee name, contact and location. So all the data has been taken from the employee table 1 and also all the data from taken from table 2. But these people 107, 108, 109, 110, 110, so these people do not have the information in table 1. That's why the employee name, contact and location are blank here, but they do have the information in the table 2, and who are their senior, what is their designation, and who are their manager, and what is their salary. It has been noted down here. But these 104, 105, 106, these employee IDs are there in table 1, but they do not have table 2 information. That's why their designation manager and salary are kept blank. So this is a kind of join which gives the overall, it's taking the complete data of table 1 and also complete data of table 2. That is called as outer join. So remember, in ClickView, if you simply keeping the function as join, or else you keep this is outer join, both the function works the same. So in ClickView, the join is exactly as outer join. The word join is exactly works same as outer join. So for if I keep join there in the function, or else the outer space join, the same data will reflect here. Now we'll see what does the inner join do. So if I keep inner, I-N-N-E-R, inner join, so what it does, it will store only the common data between table 1 and table 2. So who are the common data? So these people 101, 102, 103, they are the common people between table 1 and table 2. So 104, 105, 106, they are not present in table 2, and 107 to 110, they are also not present in table 1. That's why, so who are the only common people, 101, 102 and 103, the data will be stored only for these three people. So now let's do inner join between these two tables. So keep inner join function and save it and reload it. Now let's click on OK and go to the table viewer. The same fields, all the field names are coming properly, but if I go to the preview, I'll see only few employees data, who are the common employees between the two different tables. So here also employee ID 101, 102, 103, and there all the details from table 1 and from the table 2 has been noted in the data. So the inner join will do the only common items between these two tables will be kept in our database. The other items has been removed automatically. So what do we say about left join? So instead of inner, I'll keep now left and join. So what it does, so if we keep left join, all the data from table 1 will be stored and the matching data of the table 2 will be stored. So what does that mean? So all the data from table 1 so this is our left table and this is our right table, because we are loading this first, table 1 we are loading first, and the secondly we are loading table 2. That's why we say in case of left join, all the data from left side table, that is the first table, will be stored as it is. So for example, employee ID 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106 are there. So all these people will be stored in our database, but the matching records from the table 2 will be only stored. That means, so 101, 102, 103 who are there in the table 2 also, their data will be stored. So their designation, their manager, their salary will be stored. but 107, 108, 109 and 1010 will not be stored because they are not the part of table 1. So in left join we'll see in practically. Let us close it, let us save and reload. Then I'll go to the table viewer and I'll go to the preview. I'll see all the records from employee ID table 1, 101 to 106 has been noted down exactly, and the table 2, the details of the common employees who are there in the table 2, 101, 102, 103, they are only presented here in the from the table 2. So designation manager and salary has been taken from the second table, but who are the other people who are there in the table 2, like 107, 108, 109 or 10, they have not been came here, so we have removed them by using the left join. So the meaning of left join is whenever you are joining two different tables, the first table data will all come as it is, and from the second table it will filter out, or the who are the common data from the second table, they will only be added to the database. The other who are not matching with the first table, it will not come. So if we keep right join, that is the exactly opposite to the left join. What does it mean? So it will keep all the data from the second table, all the employee IDs and their information from the second table will be stored in our database. So all these employee IDs like 101, 102, 103, 107, 8, 9 and 10, they will be stored in our database. But who are matching with them from the table 1 will be stored against them. So for example, 101 is here in table 1, that's why their employee name, contact and location will be also stored. And 102 is also there in table 2, table 1. That's why their name and contact and location will be also stored. But if you see 107 or 104, 105, 106, they are not in the table 2. That's why we will skip automatically this 104, 105 and 106 employees. So for example, let me save this one and reload it. So once I reload it and I can close it and I go to the table viewer and just check the preview, we will see all the employee data regarding the table 2 is came as it is. So 101, 2, 3 and then 7, 8, 9, 10. But we are missing 4, 5 and 6 because those people are not present in the table 2. So the table 2, the right join has taken all the data from table 2 and only keeping the matching data, that is the employee name, contact number, location for these 3 employee IDs only from table 1. So that is the different types of joins we have. So remember, the first one is join, or which is by default as outer join, and second one is our inner join, then third one is the left join, and fourth one is the right join. So this is the difference between all them. So now friends, we'll see what is the difference between keep and join. We have seen already what are the different types of joins, and we'll see what is the keep and join. So remember one thing friends, so if you go to the script editor, so here again same thing, we can keep right keep, okay, or else left keep, or else our inner keep. So these three things we can use with keep function, right, left and inner. So keep and join, the main difference is their functionality is same. So what they do, they will create the data, they will keep, for example, if you use inner keep, they will store only the common data between two different tables. But what is the difference between inner join and inner keep? So inner join will store only the common data between two different tables, and it will store only in single table in a database. But inner keep will store the common data between two different tables, but it will store in two different tables. So for example, if we use, let us just check it out, let us use inner join. So what does it will do? It will store only common data between this table 1 and table 2. So who are 101 to 103. So if I say I reload and I'll click on OK and I go to the table viewer, I have only one table and all the common data only stored there. But if I go again to the script editor and I'll use inner keep and I'll save it, so I'll also get the same number of data, just 101 to 103 who are the common between them, and I reload. So I'll get the same number of data but in two different tables now. So table 1 will store only the common 101, 102, 103 data, and same table 2 will store only the same employee IDs data. So that means inner keep and inner join, the difference is, so join you will join into single table, and inner word that will keep only the common data between two different tables, and here in inner keep, inner means only the common data and keep means it will store both the tables, it will store both the tables in our database. So similarly, if we see left join, for example, we have left join. So what does left join will do? It will take all the data from table 1 and the common data who are 101 to 103, and it will store in table 1, one single table. But if I keep left keep, then it will store the same number of data like 101 to 106 from table 1, and from table 2 it will store only 101, 102, 103, but it will store these three records in table 2 and this will store all the records in table 1 because this is left keep. So now I'll reload, I'll click on OK and we'll go to the table, and we have two different tables here. So table 2 will keep all the record because we used left key, and table 2 will store only the common data, so who are 101, 102, 103. And if I go again to the script editor and I'll use write keep, so what does write keep does? So it will store all the data from table 2 and the common data from table 1, but it will store in two different tables. So table 1 will have only the common data and table 2 will have all the data. So instead of, in case of write join, it will store the same number of data into a one table, but whereas write keep will store the same data into two different tables. So now I'll reload and we'll go to the table here. You can use Ctrl T. So table 1 will have only the common data 101, 102, 103, and table 2 have all the data. So join and keep are both are similar in function, but the only thing, they will store, join will store the data into one table, whereas keep will store the data into two different tables. So that is the main functionality between join and keep. So join, we have four types of joins: outer join, inner join, left join, and right join. But keep generally used only for three things. Those are like inner keep, right keep, and left keep. Because the function, if we use outer keep, that is nothing but you don't keep anything, that is also same. So for example, I am not using anything, so I'll store the same all records into two different tables. So if I store outer keep, also the same thing. So that is why we never use outer keep. So either if we join, or then we can use outer join. Our join also, that is impactful because it will join the two different tables into a single table, but outer keep is not required, because generally if you don't do anything, that is also working as a outer keep only. That's why we do not use it generally. So now I'll save and reload, so it will have the same thing, and which is same as outer keep. Okay, so that is the difference between join and keep, and what are the different types of join and keep. So sometimes it is required, friends, when there are lots of number of tables are there in a database, and which are sometimes it is not necessary to keep all those number of tables. That's why we can store all the data into, we can club 2 to 3 different tables into a single table, and that's all.